a very talkative person, right? So my first instinct would be to talk to you. But if you marry the brand of men that they don't listen, too much talking, they don't listen. It's like gibberish to them, right? So I realized that me being quiet hold more voices than me talking too much with my partner or whoever I was with before. It just worked out better for me. Um, but I would say there's stages to this, right? If I'm being quiet with you and you ignore me, then we go to level one, and then you have a trick. Then you do level two. You right? There's level to this. You could stop me before we get to level one, and you would have dinner. You know. So I feel like there's a level where the person knows, he knows, right? But he wants to keep pushing limits, right? And the advantage of being with somebody with a long time is that you know the tricks, you know where to, you apply yourself to learn your person, right? So I might cook your favorite meal and drop it at your best friend or at your brother. I'm not saying it that way, Sean, but what I'm trying to say is that I may cook your favorite meal, you will smell it, but you won't eat it. There's ways. There's ways. Anyway, I'm done. I wasn't saying it that way. Please, nobody thinks that I said it that way.
No, we know
But
we
I
good.
mean
But
that.
that's still the. Do you know that that's a form of torture? You know that, right?
But you can stop the torture. It's only torture because you didn't want to stop it. I said there's level to it. You could,
But do
you
you know
could,
when
you knew,
people hold people
you know something
hostage
is going to
and torture
happen.
them, they tell them the same thing. If you just relent and yield to me, then you could be free.
But
It still doesn't mean
I
that it's
want you
not
to hear
torture.
me. I want
Hmm?
you to hear me.
I
I want
know,
you to hear me. That's all I want.
it's the tactics, though. It's the tactics, and it's training somebody to be used to a certain level of abuse in order to get what you want from them. So you start off being right about not being heard, but then you do go down a dark path about the tactics that you implore to get them to hear you. So that's what we're questioning. I don't think you're wrong. I think you wanna establish a way where you can be heard healthily, and that your husband can understand that, hey, listen, when you don't listen to me, it hurts me, and
Mm-hmm.
I respect you and I want you to hear me. Now, I've done some things in the past to try to get your attention, but I don't want to have to go to that. I want to be able to just say, hey, look, this is bothering me. Maybe we can have a better time to talk about it when you're able to talk or want to talk. But there's something I want to talk to you about. I think those are like we want to have better healthy dynamic, because if that's always going to be your go-to, and I'm using your words, if you got to go through tricks to be heard, eventually it's going to get very frustrating to you, and for him it's going to it's causing a dynamic. Now, I don't know him to say what dynamic it's going to be, but I can say that you want to ultimately be free to communicate and find the ways to communicate effectively without having to go down a path of tricking him to hear you.
I hear you, Sean, but what you don't understand is that if the person is talkative and talk to you and the person is not hearing you, that's when the person, and I'm not saying me because
Okay.
I have friends, but if I was talkative but you didn't hear me, this is when I will say to you all men that say y'all are the leader of the family, you're the leader, you're the king, right? At this point, you know what I want from you, you just choose to ignore me. So in I would say that, you like torture. You like that, right? Because you could stop it. You have the power to stop it, but you're not stopping it, because you wanna push yourself to get used to those type of things that you will never get used, because there's a lot of tricks out there. And that's why there's some women that are married 45, 50 years and stuff like that. Of course, as I said, there's level to this, right? But I
Okay.
feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody after 2, 3 years, the man knows. He knows. He knows. He just don't want to do it. He's being stubborn. That's when he use tricks.
So I mean, I get you. Listen, I get you. Listen, you know your husband better than we do. I'm
He's not
saying
my
that.
husband personally. Well, a little
Oh
bit,
yeah. Oh, sorry.
but
Whoever we're talking about,
but yeah,
apologies. Yeah,
you're
you're
right.
right.
You're
You didn't
right.
say it.
A little bit of that.
And if we talk about the hypothetical and say in this